Black Lives Matter, like, I have had quite a field day today. Oh, I got attacked by the same guy who attacked me last time. But I'm going to talk about that in another video. So this had to do with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So you've seen headlines like this: Pittsburgh Steelers are Alejandro Villanueva wears military veterans and on helmet covering, and so this guy is the only player on the Pittsburgh Steelers team who replaced Antwon Rose Jr.'s name on his helmet with the military veterans, who is actually someone who fought for the country and is a hero. So who is Antwon Rose Jr.? So he was a 17-year-old African American who was shot in East Pittsburgh, and so he was one of those people who was involved in like a drive-by shooting. If you don't know what a drive-by shooting is, I advise you watch the music video for "Light" by Big Sean featuring Jeremih. So in the music video, it's like in the first scene, and then during the first verse, there's the little girl playing in the front yard of her parents' house, and everyone's just out on the lawn chairs, just relaxing. And then these drive-by shooters, they just come by and they start shooting at people, and the little girl gets shot. Since this is not a movie, I am not going to spoil. This is technically not considered a spoiler, but you sort of get it now. So if you look at the lyrics, so it was like so right about this part, inside outside. Views of the inside. So lately I've been trying to get what's inside outside. So many people want to see my insides outside. Don't send the city 4 hours east and south side when everyone outside, but don't fuck with no outsiders. Going up with the ones don't hold them down with whole city coming back. And this is the part where in the music video where the little girl gets shot. And then the scene sort of stops and right there, and then it really be, oh my god, we shot a kid. And the neighbors like, the people in the hood, in the neighborhood, they are like shooting back at that shooter. And by mistake, the drive-by shooter, they realized they shot a young girl. And yeah. And then. And the people from the neighborhood also notice it too, and that's the part. So there was a driver. So the police in East in Pittsburgh, they pulled over the car, who were in the vehicle that were the people shooting at random people. They were they pulled the vehicle over, and then driver they tried to resist arrest, and then two people ran out, and one person is unnamed. The second person who ran in another direction was Antwon Rose Jr. So of course he's trying to get away because he was in he was also participated in that shooting, in the drive-by shooting, right? So he was in every right to stay where he is, and he'll just get charged, and it'll so if you just don't resist arrest, it'll just make things easier for you. So he's been charged for homicide, which is murder. Which is, and this was 2 years ago. 2 years ago. But this is also mentioned in Matt Walsh, I believe, I think it was, on the Daily Wire, and yeah. Wait, it was like, yeah. And also, Brandon Tatum mentioned this first, and oof. So head over to Brandon Tatum's channel, he'll break it down for you. So, of course, and Antwon, he got shot because he was trying to resist arrest. He was trying to get away, and of course, he most likely he also had a gun, because there was a gunpowder on his hands, which is evidence that he was in possession of a gun. So, and they sent him to the hospital, where he was reported dead. So so his family is getting so much money, and just because their kid was dead, and people and NFL you should have already boycotted the NFL, because they're making poor choices right now. They are supporting and praising people who are basically criminals, who could either be under drug possession, illegal, or using gateway drugs and illegal drugs, and or having firearms, maybe killing somebody, participating in a drive-by shooting. It could be sexually assaulted somebody, or they assaulted somebody, threatened to attack somebody with a weapon, transporting illegal drugs or firearms across the border, being an accomplice to a shooting, being an accomplice to with somebody who might be in drug possession. So basically, that any of those reasons can, or even try to resist arrest, can always get you in trouble. So I think yeah, Antwon Rose's parents and his family should not deserve all these money people are giving them, because no, they don't deserve it. Because Antwon Rose Jr. It's his fault for participating in such and bad. It's not yeah. Because remember, it's not that someone else is controlling him. It's he chose to do the bad life. If you're gonna, Anthony Brian Logan has mentioned, if you're gonna do the crime, you gotta do the time. So this is another reason this is the newest person. So basically, like technically, like 17 years old, and if you are many places in USA like requires the person to be like at least 19 or 21 to own a firearm, or 18, but he's 17. He's just he's an old he was old enough to have a driver's license with supervision. So I don't care what the mother of Antwon Rose Jr. said. She is in the wrong, clearly. Because if she doesn't realize her son made a bad choice, and yeah. And like in a certain movie that I have watched before, the Karate Kid 2, yeah. The word, one quote is like, that was mentioned is, the worst punishment than death by someone who does not forgive, have no forgiveness in their heart. Yeah, the worst punishment than death is living. So even like the Pittsburgh, and it also mentioned the mayor also said that there should be a trial because of the and it was basically against, which was basically against the police officers for shooting the kid, but we could definitely see who was in the wrong. Anyone who was basically in there, like who was shot at people or like participated or accomplice with the people who were like shooting at. So that Antwon Rose, alongside George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, Jacob Blake, Deon Kay, and a whole bunch of other names that I don't even know. He has joined basically the wall of shame, and it is basically joined the wall of criminals, because yeah, he is one. How can you say someone is like not guilty when they were like literally shooting someone and there's literally gunpowder on their freaking hands? No, you know what you need to do right now. Boycott the NFL like you do, and boycott the NBA because they're both making mistakes. And also with the NBA, LeBron James thinks he's like a spokesperson for all black people when he isn't. So he has done, so, you know, you can obviously tell who is the criminal now. Black Lives Matter. Stop supporting criminals!